Are you hearing me now? You should be hearing me. Are you hearing me? You should be hearing me now. Oh, thank you. Apex on. Thank you so much. It's the muted I can hear. I don't know why sometimes it's muted. Sometimes I notice the live does that. I have no clue why. I have no clue. Yeah. But the good part of it when I realize it's muted, I don't have to log out because if I just have to close and come back. Like just close the screen, come back. So good morning everyone. I do apologize, and you see you have good people out here, you know. They know say they're not hearing you, and somebody out here. Oh, thank you so much, Apex. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. And this morning I was saying, I wanted to say thanks to each and everyone. Thanks to my subscribers. Thanks to my loyal fans. Thank you, my lawyers. Oh my God. Thank you all so very much. A big shout out to you, Apex, for letting me aware that my live was acting retarded. Oh my God. Thank you. Tell them. You know, that's why I always believe it doesn't matter how many people don't care, somebody do care. Somebody care. Oh, thank you so much. God bless your heart, my brother. I don't know if you're a male or female, I'm sorry. But God bless your heart, whosoever you are. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for being so sweet. And hope you have a blessed morning. Oh my God. Because I will be here muted talking like I'm losing my mind by myself. Well, every time you turn the camera on anyway, it's like losing your mind by yourself. Can nobody ask me anything? I laugh by myself like my jokes are funny. Hey, so bravo. Bravo. But give it up for Apex. Thank you. Thank you so much, you know. There's always kind people in this world, people. That's why you can't say, oh, nobody loved me. That's not true. Nobody cares. That's not true. There's always somebody out here that is not afraid to guide you along the way. Yeah? So thank you so much. Are willing to step up to say, check your microphone. Something is wrong. We can't hear you. So thank you so much. Thank you. Illy Billy Man 1982 say I love this channel. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Blessings to you. You say, are you from the islands? Yes, I am from the island and I'm in America. Yeah. Yeah. I am from one, you know, they say Jamaican gonna say, I am from one of the beautiful islands, Jamaica. Shout out to my country, Jamaica. Yes, guys, and I have Mickey with me. Watch your foot, baby. I got Mickey with me, so Mickey is right here, and I have Bunny with me too. So,
Yes.
and Bunny is right here.
Yeah,
Mickey. What is this?
Rary.
Who is this one?
This is Rary.
Is that a whale?
Yeah.
Oh, so
This is his mom.
Oh, which one is this?
Rary.
This is a whale too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like beers, guys. Well, my oldest son like beers. Oh, those are all his beers. He's got his bed full of beers.
My grandma.
What is this? You gotta cut this off. So man, all these are stuffed animal guys. They warm, so I just lay down on them like pillow. Mm. Yeah. Huh? So I'm just here chilling, guys. So good morning. Hope everybody's doing good from wherever you are. I am here chilling, little.
I need my hand.
And for everybody who was here in my live, I was just saying thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to all my subscribers, and thank you to my VIPs. Thank you my VIPs. I call you guys the people in the background who watch. They might not say anything, but they just watch, are just happy and about. You know, I call you guys the VIP of the channel. Yeah, and to all the commenters, shout out to you all. Thank you all so very much. And to all the likers, you know, thank you all so very much each and every day. Thank you so very much for your love. I appreciate, you know. To everyone, you know. And to all the content creators, you know, that are out here, you know, checking in with Resilient Queen. I appreciate you all so very much. You know. Appreciate, so shout out to your nice self. We're here, we're going on. Yeah, so thank you all so very much. And Apex, thank you again. I have to say thank you again because I was here for 30 minutes talking to myself. Hey, you know they say talking to the moon. So Apex, you come through for me. I'm telling you. So people, don't believe and think that because you're here, you are alone. You're never alone, okay? You're never alone because I was here chatting and think that everything was good. Microphone, check. Hey! And somebody had to tell me after 30 minutes, come through for me. So let me tell you something. Hey! I be like that girlie. So when I tell you, he came through. So thank you, Apex. You know, for let everybody hear this rusty voice in the morning. My voice is raspy in the morning. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. And to all the likers up here, thank you. My commenters, thank you. So we're never alone, family. We're never alone. Somebody is always out here looking out, okay? Okay? So never feel like you're alone. You may live alone, but that doesn't mean you're alone, okay? Like the songwriter say, it's me an angel to love you for life. I can't sing. So excuse my language. Yeah, that's one talent I wish I have, singing. I can write, but I wish I can sing. Because if I could sing, I can sing, but I can't sing to save nothing. I probably sing to annoy somebody. If somebody pay me to sing to annoy somebody, oh, I'll be good at that. Because you can't hit the high note. You know, sometimes you have that high C or that high G there. Oh. Then yeah, I could irritate somebody for sure. Especially like if I just get up, tell me to sing. I have a raspy voice, a very raspy voice. Yeah, so I could irritate somebody for sure. I could irritate somebody for sure. The best potato farm is the one you have in your backyard. You too, but see the question. It's the one you have in your backyard. No fertilizer. No fertilizer. I met a girl I haven't seen in such a long time. I saw her. I said, "Girl, you're so beautiful." She always wear braid, but today she wasn't in braid. She was in something else. But it looks so beautiful on her. I know I'm irritating somebody right now. Good morning. That's what it is. In the morning time, it's like chicken. When they're hungry, they pick on the pan. That's what I'm doing with my nails. Yeah, my baby.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm the 21 in the refrigerator.
I don't got any more of those. I don't got no more. He was asking for what they call it, chicken, not nuggets. What they call it thing, chicken. Oh my God, what they call it? Chicken tenders. Yeah, that's what he was asking for. Yeah. Ah, it's a beautiful day. Me and my beers are laying down. Hey everyone, good morning.
No,
Hmm?
I'm bored.
You bored?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to
come around here, so let me show you something on here. You here?
Yeah.
Okay, come around. No, stand right there. Take it up and go. Go. Put that back in the playroom. Yeah. Put the Lego back. Go. Make sure it's in the playroom in the Lego box. Don't mix it with the blocks now. In the Lego box. It's early morning. Let's rise and shine. If I have one wish, what would that be? Probably do acting. Act. Act it. Right. No, write music. Yeah. Write music. Yeah. You know, sometimes you got a lot on your mind, guys. And sometimes you just need to just sit down and chill. Relax. So your mind can be at ease. Distract your mind from the things that want to be taking your mind there to get upset or frustrated. So you don't get there. I'm pretending to play the keyboard. I play so merrily. When we was taking music class, they say, I play so merrily upon my. That's one of the songs you have to learn about music when I was learning. I play so merrily upon my record. Whatever instrument you play, you inject it in that area. You say you play so merrily upon my. If it's a drum, the recorder, the maracas, the keyboard, the tambourine, or whatever it is, you that inject it in there. What is that?
Food ice cream.
Okay, this like that's like a smoothie.
No, it is ice cream. But the food.
Okay, well, what did I say you gotta do is I'm gonna take it. Hey, go. Yeah. You hear what I said? Give it to me. Okay. Give it to me. You wanna go with it or what you wanna do?
Okay.
Okay. He like to be by my side. He don't like to leave me alone. If I fall asleep and by the time I wake back up, he either sit beside me or he lay down beside me. And then the big one, one day I asked him, what you don't like about mommy? He said, you call me too much. Which I do call him. I don't know, parents, have you ever asked the kids what they don't like about you? Oh, they will tell you you're annoying or something. He said, you call me too much. So if every time which I do call. That's I can tell you. Well, anybody in my life always hear me call it, Jaden. So he said, Bobby, you call me too much. So he reached to the point where he would not answer me now. He would not answer. No, he literally not answer now. So even yesterday, I would cook and I was calling him for his dinner. He wouldn't answer because he thought I was going to ask him to do something else. He wouldn't answer. But when I tell you, even though he's more on the reserve side, yeah, because they're both two different personality. Two different personality. He more on the reserve side, but then every second you hear the little one scream, you're like, what? Boy, he's the sweetest little boy. When I mean the sweetest, he would okay, get along. But he's the sweetest little boy, especially if he know I'm tired. Yeah. If I'm tired, not feeling well or anything, the words that come from his mouth, you're like, I should be saying that, not you. He like, Mama, go get some rest. It's okay. Ari said, Mama, you know you're tired. He reminded me of I'm being tired. So I'm like, oh. And then nowadays he's a little bit more. He will come around me now and he come and he give me a hug. Mama, I love you. I say, oh. Because before he just more self-centered. Every now and then he come. Even yesterday, every now and then he come, he hug me up. This morning he get up. First thing he do, he come and he hug me up and he say, Mama, I love you. And then even at the dinner table when we eating, we take turns and pray, and then not all the time because sometimes you just dive into the food, which is true. Sometimes I just dive in the food. But when yesterday we were praying, we at the dinner table and I said, wait, who's gonna pray today? And he volunteered because he always on the reserve side. But he volunteered. He said, Mommy, I'll pray. And that made me feel so good, because he get back into him look self and everything. So that made me feel so good, guys, And you want to hear my prayer for the food. I'm like, wow. So that was it meant so much, You can pray for the food. And when they finish eating everything, and they say thank you, And then the little one joined in to participate. And then they cause you see I have a nice big bookshelf for them. So they had to go choose a book yesterday to read, for me to read to them, read aloud. So they had fun yesterday with the read aloud. They had real fun. And I get to ask them questions, tap into their brain to see what they know, what they remember, recall, what was said in the story and stuff like that. They had fun. They had fun. And then I gave them an opportunity to look at the pictures, tell me what's all going on in the picture, and they name out all that they see going on in the picture. And they make their predictions. So it was fun yesterday. So, yeah. Fun yesterday evening. So, sometimes, you're not, you have a lot going on, but I would say when you get that chance with your children, just sit and do what you have to do. Because sometimes they are around or you're around them all the time, but sometimes, you're so overwhelmed with what's going on with you or so. But when you get that chance to sit down with them, guys, oh my God, best feeling. The best feeling is like a little therapy session you're in. Best feeling. Especially when you're reading a book and you can ask them open-ended questions and the different personalities coming out, the different viewpoints, the different perspective about the story and how they add in their own little twist to it. Guys, it's just amazing. Because that helped them with their vocabulary and that also helped them with their language development and all their cognitive, their reasoning, their brain development. So many things going on at the same time, and help them be more expressive as well. So I love it. I love it. And then I get in the teacher voice. I don't talk like this when I'm reading to them. No, we're getting the teacher voice, getting that role. Getting action and that they have a good time. Because if a story get too bored, the little one is not afraid to tell you, I'm done. Once the little one chip in and say he's done, you're getting bored. He's no longer enticing. Or the story is too long. You lost him. The kids at this age, their listening span is very short. So that's why they have big bold print books for them so you can read it quick. You can turn the pages quick and fast and boom, the book is done. Because their listening span is very short. So that's why they have those big prints book. So by the time you turn it and you read two lines or two sentences, boom, the book done, But even though the book may finish, you can still engage with the pictures in the book or so and discuss what is happening in the picture. And they love that, because they get to put their own twists with what their imagination, is telling them. But when they get bored, the little one get bored, it's time to wrap it up. Because you sit there, keep reading, you lost him. The big one is a little bit more respectful in terms of not trying to make you feel embarrassed. He will just sit there but logged out. He will log out, but the little one actually get up. Or he start fidgeting around and play with something else, like a toy or something else. So he already locked out. He done. Or he uses word. I'm done. No more. When he was much younger, he told me, that's enough. He said, that's enough. I'm like, what? He said, that's enough. Oh, yes. He's a man of his word. He said, that's enough. And he's not going over his word. Once he said that's enough, he just get up. Yeah, so two different personality. The big one won't try to hurt your feeling. He more like a little lover like that. But the little one, that's enough. No more. No more. So, and then me as the mama, I can't help but laugh. Cause they're hilarious. They're hilarious. You know. But what I do when they talk, when he said he's zoned out or whatever, because you know when you're reading a storybook to any children, you have to start pay attention to. You have to start pay attention to how they're fidgeting, if they're sitting down, if they're paying attention. You ask them questions, or sometimes you just stop and looking at them, and they give you all the body language to say, "Hey, enough of your boringness. The story is not funny anymore. The story is too long." You know what I mean? They're gonna show you so many clues to tell you to shut up. It's not even funny. You know? Sometimes what work too is when you're reading a story with children at this young age, because they're 4 and 7. Sometimes you have to role play out the story or bring in props to make it more interesting, because when you bring in the props, when you're doing a story and you can give it to them each something to participate in the story, then it's a little bit more engaging than you just have the book and just reading. So make it more engaging for them. But if you just have the book, you better pray that your voice is a good story voice. Because if you have a raspy voice like mine, and my voice, I would say, is not as enticing as you have some people who are built for reading stories. No cap, just built for reading stories. But me, no, I'm not built for reading stories, so I have to get in action or something else. Hey, guys, embarrassment. The kids will embarrass you. They will embarrass you. Because once they zone out in family, whether you're in the classroom, I can tell you, once a child zone out, either they're in the classroom or so, if you're not bringing in the props, or you're not bringing in the role play, you're not bringing in something to bring back their to capture back their attention. That's it. Because having the book in your hand, guys, boys and girls, they're not looking at you. Because they're already zoned out. They're like, you buy. They're looking at you like, if you don't go away, they're not saying it to you. I'm just saying, can you imagine what they say in the mind? If you don't go away. But props work a lot. Props work a lot. When you can bring in props and they have it for themselves to participate. And then if you have open-ended question, and that's one of the things they tell you to do is when you're telling story to children, especially, somebody said, "Do you speak patois?" Yes, I speak patois. Especially when you kind of lost my train of thought, but let's go. Especially when you're teaching children at the young age, when you bring in the props for them to have in their hand, you make sure you have props for everybody. So if you know you're going to read a storybook, or you thought coming back, but if you know you're going to read a storybook for the children, make sure you know how many children you're going to read that story to. So that means if you need to bring the Mickey Mouse head, the glasses, or whatever the story is about, you know how many children are there, so you can bring enough for everybody. So that way you kind of hold them attention a little bit longer. Because mind you, children in listening span at this age is very short. Very short. To capture their attention span for a little longer, you have to be entertaining. You have to be entertaining. I'm not saying you must do too much to exaggerate anything, because kids know when you're exaggerating. No kidding. A child know when you're doing too much. They know when you're not being your true self or anything. So they will look at their friends and say, or they make their face up. They literally make their face up. Yes. So they know when you're not in your shell. Or they will say, "Teacher, you so silly. Teacher, you so crazy." Yes, they start to tell you the words that come to their mind. You know, "Teacher, what happened to you today?" Yeah, they do ask. You have some kids that do ask you, and so forth. So okay, so you're carrying the props. Make sure they get the props before the story starts. You start to give them a synopsis of what's all gonna happen in the story. And the best part of the story that they cannot wait for is to touch the objects that you have for the story. Hey! And one of the greatest part of having the props, you don't hand the props out. Get the child that you know is not listening when it's story time to hand those props out to each one of the children in the class or in the group that you're having. Know the child that when you start reading storybook, they always interrupt in the class and give them a role. Give them a role to play. That means maybe they're the one who responsible for to catch, take back up the books, take up back the this, or hand them out. Hey, Dr. Dan Joff Podcast say, hey now, hey, how are you? Morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just here running my mouth. You know, give those children roles to play, even at home, you know, and stuff like that, and then reward them when you see they're willing to do something without you have to literally force them. You know what I mean? And then another thing with reading story, even though some people sit down and read story with children, but if there's an action part in the story, if you have to stand up and act it out with them, you let the class know, hey, are you guys ready? Get into action. And you know, explain things to them what they're gonna do. Don't be doing no long lecturing, because don't work with kids. Hey, you better be a narrator when they're doing the action, but don't be doing a long thing, because you lost them again. Yeah, because kids want to get right into what they're supposed to be doing. They don't care about nothing else. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, and another thing too, if you're reading story with a group of children, that works good too, is make sure you read the story book before, at least once or twice, so that when you're coming up with the props or so, it connected to the story. It's not something you just jack up tomorrow morning and just grab two of this, and because the kid's not afraid to tell you, but it does not match. Does not match. They're not afraid to embarrass you in the nicest way. Oh my God. They are not afraid to embarrass you in the nicest way, okay? Don't feel bad. They're just telling you the truth. Okay, you have a lot of kids. Every kid might not read widely, but you do have children that are advanced in reading, if that makes sense, because you have parents who literally push their kids to read, and they may be reading 4, 5, 6 books per day. And as I said, at this age, I can read 4, 5, 6 books, but the words are big, bold prints. You know what I mean? So yes, they do. They can get through 4, 5 books per day, because I used to do it at an early age with Jaden. So you have to just read. A storybook can sometimes be dull. And if you don't have imagination to put some, you know, prep up the story, pep it up for the children to enjoy that storybook, they're going to say that story is boring. They're not afraid to say it's boring. Some kids start yawning, some walk away, some fall asleep. Of course you go to sleep. Who remember English class? If you remember English class, what they call it, EALS or whatever they call it, then you know that that all teacher bring the lesson for you to enjoy it. Okay? They bring it just to tell you everything, and it's like, okay, you might as well give me the book and I read the book with no understanding, because you're bringing the information, but I'm still not understanding. You know what I mean? So same way with the kids. You're only different with the kids. Kids kind of get away with a little bit more of what they would say to you when they're expressing their emotions, as opposed to the older children. Because a teacher might say, "Excuse me, you're being rude. Don't be rude." You know what I mean? But at a younger age now, the kids kind of slide. Not to say they slide, but you want them to express themselves. That's the whole point. You know, because when you read into children, you want their imagination in there too. You want their input, you know? You want to know what they think before. Like looking at the book cover and ask them, so when you look at the book cover, what do you think is going to happen? You know what I mean? You want to make predictions and stuff before and then during and then after. You know what I mean? And that's what you have to recap, retell. You know, ask questions. So many things. There's so many moving parts. But props help story to come alive. Our costume, if depending on the story. And that's why it work good when, because most schools you would be teaching, they like to know that you familiarize yourself with the book that you're gonna have the children read for story time. They're not telling you to sit down every day and drown yourself in it, but they want to know that you familiar with it, you understand the story. Because you still have to ask the kids question. You can't just read. And you have to read at intervals too, so you can stop in between and pause and, you know, get the children to involve. Because when you keep reading, you lost the kids. You lost them. Like, yeah, you do lose them. Because they don't feel like they're involved in the story. You know, storytelling, people want to be involved in it, you know. Even us as adults, when we're watching a movie, for example, sometimes we do when they reach at a certain part in the movie. Sometimes yourself feel like you put into that part of the movie because it's how it is played out. You know, so yourself you feel like you interject yourself into that role, into that part, whether it's emotional, whether it's happy, sad, angry, or you know, I would have done that. That's more like me. Or so you start to put yourself into it. You know what I mean? Even though it could be friction or non-fiction. You know, some real, some not real. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you want to see yourself in it. Same way with children. They want to get involved. You know, and that's why sometimes when you're reading storybook with a little action, it do help. You can ask the children to demonstrate, to role play, to pretend, you know, to predict so many things. Or what would you do, you know, depending on what it is. But I learned that you can take any dull storybook. When I mean dull storybook, a storybook that is just flat, not interested, and turn it in, bring it to life. Bring it to life. And I always remember this movie, Night in the Museum, when everything come alive. Remember that man? What's his name? So I always remember him, how everything was so steady. Hi, hey, black eyes say wave, hey, good morning. So I always remember that a Night in the Museum when everything come alive. I forgot his name. He's not alive no more. That created that movie. I don't think he created it. I think he was in the movie. I forget what's his name. He was popular too. We all used to grow up and love him. I forgot his name. I don't remember his name. But if you remember when everything come alive in the movie, yes. So every time I see, like, if I pick up a storybook now, and I would say, but the kids not going to enjoy this, I always remember that movie. Because, you know, in the daytime, they were at the museum, all the animals were sleeping in the movie. All the animals were sleeping in the movie. and then at night everything come alive. All those skeletons come alive. So I like to picture that when you're reading a story, no matter how dull the storybook may be, you could bring it to life. And that's why we have beautiful imaginations. Because the story has already written. So while we reading it, you start to get, oh, I could craft it out like this. Oh, I could bring some props in. Oh, I could dress up like so and so. Even if in the story they need to dress up or anything, but you could dress your part of that you're role playing, make it beautiful, more meaningful, more educational, more fun, you know, more encouraging, more let the children want to sit down and say, do it. Have you ever read a story and you hear the children say, can you read it one more time? And then you read it and they say, can you do it again? The only thing in school is that you have to follow the time because that's the time slot. So you have to follow it. But sometimes if the story was short and you have time left over to go back after you do everything, oh yeah, why not? Favor one more time. You just tell the children, hey, we could do it one more time. But after this, we have to move on to the next lesson or the next topic. Is that okay? They will say yes, You have to let them know because in school you have to do that. But when you're home and you're reading with your kids and they love something, why not? That's a plus to say you did good. That's an A+ for you. Of course it's an A+. You don't think it's an A+? It's like a child say, Mommy, can you make this again? And you're like, what was that? You don't remember how much salt you threw in it. You don't remember how much sugar. You don't remember how much nothing, but they loved it because the way you did it. You might do it again, but they don't like it. But they remember the taste. So. But anytime you can read a story to children and they say, can you read it again? Is the way you make it fun. And they were engaged. They were participating. And you have little tokens for them too. Hey. You have little token for them? And token doesn't mean you have to be candy. Don't have to be candy. It could be give them a pencil, a book, something, a sticker, maybe very good, something, something encouraging, something rewarding, and then everybody else want to participate because they need a sticker too. Oh, kids love sticker. Yeah. Or whatever it is. Don't have to be candy. Because a lot of time when you hear to reward children, a lot of people think that, oh, it got to be candy. Oh, it don't have to be no candy. Because some kids will tell them, my mama don't allow me to eat candy. I used to have a little boy and he go to school. And he used to say, my mom don't allow me to eat candy. And he will be telling him, my mom don't want me to eat no candy. My mom said, go get one so. Yeah. And then he having silver teeth in his mouth. So he said, we got these in our mouth. We can't mess them up. Yes, so. He's probably, that little boy probably about probably about 6 now. That little boy I'm talking about, he probably 6 now. His brother probably 8 or 9. 8 or 9. And I remember one little boy was in the class that was adopted from Africa to Oyo. He was so skilled, so talented. Yeah. With anything you're doing with the children. So for this summer here, guys, I want to do some reading with them. Even if it's 1 book per day, I want to do reading with them. And yesterday was fun. They loved it. But as I said, you can't read a long book and expect that you're going to sit down and get everything that you want to achieve out of them. Because their listening span is short. Well, guys, I think I talk enough, running off my mouth or so. But if you have children, get into the habit of reading for the summer. I know sometimes it can be overwhelmed as parents when you have so much things to do, but I promise you, if you ever want, when you get that one chance, make use of that one opportunity you get with them, because you're going to learn about them right there and then, things that you haven't learned other than seeing them get into fight with each other, or don't want to answer you because you call them too much. They tired of you calling them. It's like nagging them. They tired of you. But you grab a book. No, you don't grab the book. Give them the option to choose the book. Okay? Let them come with the book. That's why you create bookshelf. So they have variety to choose from. Because they love that. When they can pick their own book, they will read. They will sit and listen to you. But you have to make it interesting. And know when you're losing the children attention. Make sure you pay attention to them. Look at all their facial expression. Look at how they're fidgeting around. Look at what they use to distract themselves and everything, And talking to them all the time is not going to get their attention. So you have to either pause for a second, look, maybe sing a song, let them stand up and stretch, and, do something to get them stretch or something. And then you can get them back to go back in the habit of it. Or maybe you have to change the story, or say, let's do something else, talk about something else. Let's do some dance, let's do some movements then. And you could still ask them question. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel good? How is your joints? How is your hand feeling when we're moving up our hands, when we're wiggling our hands, or wiggle our finger? How does it make you feel? When you wiggle your face up, you move your face up and down. Yes, you can move your face up and down. Stretch your face. How does that make you feel? Get them in the habit. Get them in the rhythm. And just remember, when everything come alive in the museum, hey. So if you are feeling bored, just remember a night when everything come alive in the museum. Make the story fun. Yeah. And if you don't know how to make a story fun for children, get a timer. Get a timer. Warm yourself up. Warm yourself up. Have your mirror too for you to see how you would do the story. And your mirror will tell you if you think the kid's going to say, because some kids literally will tell you, what are you doing? So it's stuff like that. And read the story over and over so you can bring some props in if you can. And sometimes props doesn't mean you have to go buy anything. Sometimes your props are in your closet, in your kitchen, depending on what kind of book you're reading to the kids. In your garden, on the outdoors, and so forth. So sometimes it may require you grab your marker, your ruler, your pencil, your book, what they call those books, those blank page books or something, and have children predict what they think gonna happen and something, and then after that you can read the story while they're doing the drawing or so. After you get them, undivided attention. And every time you're losing the child or children, you get their attention back. Yeah. But if you can be a narrator while the kids are doing what you ask them to do, that also helps. Because they want to be involved. They want to participate. They want to be hands-on. Because children at this age are very much hands-on. But if they don't have anything to make them be hands-on, more likely we lose them. Because they're gone quick. Like, I'm out. I checked out. That's enough. Anyway, I'm going to be like, I'm here. That's enough. Walk good, family. Have a good morning. And remember, just keep reading with your loved ones. Keep reading with your little ones. And I know we don't have the time all the time, But when you do, you do. And trust me, make it meaningful that day. Make it meaningful because you will leave a memorable taste in your children's mouth. And that will motivate you all the time, even when you don't feel like. All right? It will motivate you. All right? Until then, walk good, have a blessed day, and peace out for the day. Let's tackle this reading with the kids. A favorite one book per day. Okay? Until then,